not late, but a bit behind schedule. I just wanted to see how many more people can join us. A couple of us are on video. I can recognize a few people. But to get started today, we're going to discuss prosperity in adversity, understanding the spiritual laws of money. I can see a lot of new faces. I can also see a lot of a couple of old faces also joining us in tonight's class. Okay, just to get started, today is the part three of spiritual laws of money. I've been teaching this class for the past 4 weeks. Okay, so I'm taking it in 3 different parts. I started with introduction, which was about 4 weeks ago, that I did introduction to understanding the spiritual laws of money for those of us who are just joining us for the very first time today. And then okay, I think we missed 1 week. Then last week we did part 2, where I discussed in detail the spiritual laws of money. So like I said, the first week we did introduction. I'm just going to run through it a bit again today. The second week, I hope you can hear me. Okay, so the second week we did, there are actually 8 spiritual laws that I'm discussing. So last week we discussed 4 of those laws. So this week we're going to discuss the remaining 4. Okay, so to just get us started, please let's start the introduction. Let me know your name, let me know where you're joining me from, and let me know whether this is your first time in the class. Why I usually want to know those who are joining us for the first time is because since this is an instrumental series that I'm doing, if you're joining us for the first time today, I will need to bend back a bit to bring you up to speed. If I have more people who have been with me throughout these 4 weeks, then of course I can quickly jump into part 3 to discuss the remaining 4 laws. Okay, so I need to know, so that let me know whether I need to go a bit through the introduction again and then the first 4 laws that we have discussed. All right. Somebody says, please, I can't hear anything. It's a waste of time. Well, I don't like the way you're speaking. If you can't hear anything, check your device audio. So let's get started. If you can hear me, please type in the chat box, I can hear you, so that the person that is saying is a waste of time, let him understand that it is from his own end, not from us. If you can hear me, type in the chat box, even before you introduce yourself, that you can hear me. You can also see the slide. So type it in the chat box before you introduce yourself. Let me be sure that everybody or most people in this class are hearing me. Now, I keep saying this thing. When I send you a mail, I let you know that you should come in early. You should click your device audio. But a lot of us don't pay attention to details. We don't follow instructions. We're always looking for who to blame for our problems. Okay. All right. So let me know if you can hear me and if you can see this slide. I need to get that from the chat box. Now, okay. Lexington is Zwagi. Okay, I can see. So please, but confirm first that you can hear me and you can see the slide. That's the first thing before you start introducing yourself. I need to get that before this class can proceed. Please, let's get that done in the next couple of seconds. Everybody who is on this call, my class is always interactive. My name is Christiana, a retired civil servant joining from North Carolina, United States of America. Okay, please, type that you can hear me and you can see the slide. Please, let's do that, so that people who want to waste their time and say they cannot hear me, let them know that the problem is from them, not from me. Okay. All right, let's follow instruction. Before you introduce yourself, first confirm that you can hear me and you can see this slide. That's the instruction. If you don't get it right, we will not start this class. I'm sorry to say that, but I stick by what I teach. If you can hear me, if you can see the slide, you must type it in the chat box. I can hear you and I can see the slide. Then you go ahead and introduce yourself. If you don't get that, then this class cannot start. So please, I'm waiting for your comments. Okay, Shitu Kayode joining from Lagos. He said he's the CEO of Better Global Systems. First time in this class, Prosperity in Adversity. I can hear you clear and loud and see this slide. Fantastic. That's the thing. It's simple instruction. That's what I need to know. So that if any other person is not hearing me or is not seeing this slide, he knows that the problem is from his end. Okay. So somebody who can type, anybody who cannot hear, when you join the class, make sure you click the icon, the microphone icon. It will ask you join over the internet or join by computer audio or join by device audio. You must click it before you can hear what is happening in the class. Before you can hear, yes, exactly, before you can hear me. Okay, Mrs. Amama says I can hear and see. Fantastic, fantastic. So let's get on with the introduction as we're about to. I need to know if this is your first time. I think Mrs. Amama, you joined us last week. They're from US, North Carolina, if I'm not wrong. I hope you have voted. I don't know whether the elections, the results have been decided or declared rather. I can hear you loud and clear. Lexington Iswage from Igbo State joining for the first time. Okay, somebody 031001. I can hear you and see from PH Ben. Please rename your device so that your name will appear there. You see, I'm calling every other person by their name. So if you don't rename your device, I won't be able to recognize you. I need to know your name, okay? Mr. Mama says, yes, not yet declared. Okay, fantastic. We're waiting. Let's hope that the best candidate wins. Okay, so today, like I said, we're going to do the concluding part of the discussion on spiritual laws of money. Unfortunately, because new people keep joining every session, I am forced to repeat myself, a few times, but that's okay. All right, so I'm going to quickly run through the slides so that those of us who are joining us for the first time will just have an idea of what we're talking about before we get into today's discussion. I'm going to try to make sure that I conclude today's class in under 1 hour. I'm going to try to see how I'll be able to do that, okay? Now, for those who are joining us again for the first time, there's a recorded version for the first class, for the second class, and hopefully there'll also be a recorded version for today's class. So if you missed any of those two previous classes, you can actually just get the recorded version and listen to it, all right? But my objective in doing these sessions, particularly for this ones we're doing on the spiritual laws of money, would be or are, to show you how you can prosper despite adversity. There's been adversity. In fact, the whole of 2020 has been marred with adversity all around. So how do you keep prospering? How do you prosper irrespective of adversity? Then, of course, I had shown you earlier 3 thriving businesses you can start now, and then how you can adapt your business for consistent income generation despite the lockdown. Of course, in most states, in most countries, the lockdown has been relaxed, but it's not yet Uhuru. We're still having a couple of issues in Nigeria. For instance, particularly, we had the NSAS protest, which took a greater part of 2 to 3 weeks ago. You understand? But we're recovering from that again, and then you never can tell what will happen. So part of the things I'm going to teach you today are things that will enable you, irrespective of what is going on, whether it's NSAS and police brutality and military brutality, whatever it is that is going on, you should be able to prosper. Now, please write this down. Please write this down if you're listening to me. I may not have time to explain it again. What is money? Money is a means of exchange of value. Money is a means of exchange of value. It may sound common, it may sound pedestrian, but this is the foundation to making money. If you don't have this definition, you will have problems with making money. Why I just remembered it is because of what I'm talking to you now, how you can prosper despite adversity, how you can continue to make money irrespective of what is going on in the society. Now, when we talk about money, I said that money is a means of exchange of value. Most people, when I ask them to define money, they tell me that money is a means of exchange. No, that is not correct. That is about 40%. Money is a means of exchange of value. Money is not just a means of exchange. Money is a means of exchange of value. Now, where I'm going with this is that if you want to prosper, irrespective of the times, irrespective of the seasons, irrespective of the lockdown, COVID-19, whatever may happen, they may have COVID-20 or COVID-30, I don't care about that. But the issue is, if you know how to provide value in any environment, in any situation you find yourself, you always make money. Whether you're in US, whether you're in China, whether you're in Belgium, whether you're in South Africa, whether you're in Idumota, whether you're in Akwa Ibom, whether you're in Yenagoa, if you learn how to provide value and package those value and have systems that delivers those value to people, you always be a rich man. You always be a wealthy man. Money will always come to you. Money does not go to those who need them. Money goes to those who provide value. That's the truth. Now, for instance, today, some of us use salt. For today, some of us use sugar. For instance, some of us use cement to build our houses today. Now, you see that Dangote is already the richest man in the in fact, the richest black man. Do you understand? But today, some people still carry their money to go and give him in exchange for cement. Some people still carry their money to go and give him in exchange for sugar, in exchange for spaghetti, in exchange for all of those products. Those things are value. So money continues to go to Dangote. But I'm a doctor. I'm going to introduce myself maybe if I have time to do that. But the issue is today, there are pregnant women who are dying in labor because they cannot afford surgery. There are children under 5 who are dying because of diarrheal disease, because of pneumonia. Why? Because they cannot afford medications. Their parents cannot afford medication. So the issue is, why doesn't the money go to the parents so that they can provide medications, anti-malaria, antibiotics for their children? Why doesn't the money go to the husband of the woman who is, between life and death? He just needs 50, 100, 150,000 to perform a surgery. Why does the money go to Dangote? It's simple. It is because Dangote is the one that is providing value. If the husband learns to provide value, money will come to him. So if you're listening to me, this may be the most important insight you gain in my class today, the definition of money. Money is a means of exchange of value. Stop struggling for money. Stop pursuing money. It is poor men that pursue money. Wealthy men create value. Package those values in form of products and services, and then the money is attracted to them. So I don't care what your problem is. I don't care what your needs are. Remove your mind from those needs and ask yourself today, as you're listening to me, what is that value I can provide for another person? What is that thing that I can give to another person in form of products or services? Package it very well, and money will start looking for you. It may take you 1 day, it may take you 2 months, it may take you 2 years, but once you get it right, you will never be in lack again. Okay? If you're blessed already, let me know that you're blessed. If you're blessed, if you've learned something from this definition of money, if it's going to change the things you're going to do with regards to money, please kindly type in the chat box, I have learned the definition of money. Write it down. Whatever you cannot define overwhelms you. Whatever you can define, you can modify for personal use. Okay? Whatever you cannot define, it overwhelms you. Whatever you can define, you can modify for personal use. Why do I say that? Money has overwhelmed a lot of us foundationally because we lack the proper definition of money. That is why you're having problems with money. That's why you have a challenge with money. You don't know where I am now. I'm in Enugu. I just left Abuja yesterday. I flew into Enugu today, and then I'm already creating money. People are bringing money to me. Why? Because I create value. As I land, in fact, before I landed, I've already told people a few things. And then when I came into this city, people are bringing money to me, not because they like me, not because of anything, but because there is value I'm already giving them in exchange for money. And then people are in Enugu and they're like, how come you just came today? And then people are looking for you and people are paying money to your account. Yes, it's not a matter of position. It's a matter of, can you create value? Okay. All right, so that is the only way to make money consistently, to prosper despite adversity. So whether they are doing lockdown, whether they are doing EndSARS, whether they are doing End Anything, whether they are doing election in America, all you need to do is, what value can I provide in this environment? What value can I provide to those doing election? What value can I provide to those doing EndSARS protests? What value can I provide in the midst of the lockdown? As long as people have needs and you can provide value and package it in form of products to meet those needs, you will always make money, irrespective of the circumstance, irrespective of the season, irrespective of the situation. That is one thing I want you to get clear today, and that is based on a foundational understanding of the definition of money. Money is a means of exchange of value. It's not just a means of exchange. So when you have value, then money will come to you in exchange for that value that you deliver. That is the only way you can make money. Please do write this down. Every money you have ever made, every money you will ever make is given to you by someone else in exchange for a valuable product or service. Let me say that again. Every money you have ever made, every money you will ever make is given to you by someone else in exchange for a valuable product or a service. So if you want to make 1 billion, check the ones you have even made before. If you're a civil servant, that money was given to you because you rendered service. If you're a businessman, you have something you're selling, that money was given to you because you got something. And when you accumulated the money, use it to buy a car, use it to buy a house, use it to send your children to school, use it to buy buy dresses, designer clothes, and everything, all of your fantasies, whatever it is, go on a cruise, whatever it is that you need to do with money, that money must be given to you by someone else. And when you collect that money, you also give it to another person in exchange for value. Okay, good or good. Okay, so let's slow down a bit. Let me know if I'm too fast, but I want to cover a lot of things today. All right, Mrs. Amamas. Okay, yes, says yes, I'm not declared. Better system says I am blessed with the definition of money. Thank you, sir. Fantastic. So let me have more comments in the chat box if you understand now the definition of money and then the way you now are going to go about money. Please, it is poor men that pursue money. Starting from today, stop pursuing money. What should you do? Start attracting money. How do you attract money? By looking for valuable products and services that you can give to other people. It starts first with deciding what value can I give to another person. For instance, I'm gifted with speaking, I'm gifted with teaching. So I have packaged that value in form of a training session. I have a lot of training sessions that people pay me amazing amount of money. People pay up to $1,000 a month just to listen to me. Do you understand? It's not just because I speak, but that value I have, I've packaged it in form of a product or service. So that is the same thing you need to do to yourself. Whatever it is, are you a nurse? Are you a midwife? Are you a pharmacist? Are you a doctor? You don't, whatever skill you have, whatever passion you have, how can you use that skill to deliver value to another person? Then now package that value in form of products or services, and you will never look for money the rest of your life, especially when you have a good system. Okay, let me take a breather so that's, in fact, I'm going to rush the other slides because I've finished my introduction. One is the exchange of value. I am blessed. Ben. Okay, fantastic. Okay. So as common as it seems. All right. So today we're also going to see if I can give you financial knowledge, understanding, skills, and competence that will enable you to thrive financially despite COVID-19 crisis. Okay. So that is what I am doing already. And you can see that I'm giving you financial knowledge. I'm promoting understanding. I'm also going to give you skills and competence that will enable you to thrive despite COVID-19. Good or good. I need to have this class more interactive. So many people have not even introduced themselves. So many people are not even responding. Please, this is an interactive class. Talk to me. You can use the chat box. You can actually not talk by mouth, but you can use the chat box to type whatever it is you want to talk to me about, whether it's a question, whether it's a comment. My classes are usually very, very interactive. My name, of course, is Dr. J. Ugu. For those of you who are joining me for the first time, I'm a medical doctor retired at the age of 40. Now I do personal finance coaching and then entrepreneurship development and management consulting. That's what I do full time. Why did I retire at the age of 40? Because I created systems that makes money for me whether I am there or not. I'm actually based physically in Abuja, but like for instance, now I am in Enugu. I flew into Enugu yesterday and my businesses are running, my hospitals are running. I don't need to be there because I created system and then built leadership, and these things can happen while I go on teaching and then doing what I want to do. So I also encourage you, whatever it is you need to do, you need to put a system inside of you so that you can retire as soon as possible. And then more recently, we founded the Millionaire Entrepreneurs University, where we teach entrepreneurship. We help people to access funding. We also teach personal development and financial literacy. So in the Millionaire Entrepreneurs University, we teach entrepreneurship. We help entrepreneurs to access financing. We teach personal development and financial literacy. These are the 4 core things we do in the Millionaire Entrepreneurs University. If you have not been part of it, please, I'm going to give a phone number now. You can send a chat to it so that they will make you part of it and they're going to learn a lot of things. We also help people to access funds, especially in Nigeria. This CBN NISA AskMe loan, a lot of people have been able to access that fund through us. So if you have not gotten yours, you can actually be part of us and then get that. Okay. All right. So let me put in the number and then read a few comments we already have. Okay, so that's the official number. You can send a message to that. If you also want to get in touch with me in case you have to leave before the end of the class, then you can actually send them WhatsApp. We'll do WhatsApp. You can call, you can SMS. That number is my official number. My assistant has it, but most times I can also get across, with it. Okay. Stella Dejumo says, keep up the good works. Although I came in late, I've missed a lot. No problem. You're going to catch up. I repeat a couple of things. All right. So definitely you would catch up. All right. So please, let's have more more comments. I'm not impressed with the number of people who are talking to me, right? So please use the chat box fully, share your opinion, share your comments with me, right? So please avoid distractions, pay attention, take notes, and ensure you stay till the end. I have a gift for everybody who stays to the end, okay? Now let's make our declaration. For those of you who know it, you put your right hand by the right side of your head and say, I am a millionaire, and then that same hand over the left side of your chest and say, I am awesome, and then give yourself a high five. That's our millionaire declaration. If you've been in my class, I don't need to repeat that. You should know that already by now, okay? So say again, I am a millionaire, I am awesome, and then give yourself a high five. That's our millionaire declaration, okay? Thank you, thank you. So let's get into the class proper. I'm going to jump a couple of things in the slides because I had actually discussed them in the previous classes. So I'm going to jump a few things. I've talked about how to thrive despite adversity. You need to develop a positive mindset. You need to create your wealthy place, and then you need to leverage. I discussed this last week, so I'm just quickly going to jump this so that I get what I actually want to discuss today is the remaining 4 laws of wealth, 4 spiritual laws of wealth or spiritual laws of money, okay? So the 3 things you need to do to thrive despite adversity is 1, develop a positive mindset, create your wealthy place, and then leverage. Like I said, I had discussed them last week, so I'm not going to go through that again, right? Mrs. Amama says, I'm a millionaire, I am awesome, high five. Please do that for them in America. Let them know that you're a millionaire, all right? Kevin Emasova says, good evening, class. All right, welcome, Mr. Kelvin. Glad to have you join us, all right? So anytime you join, please do make sure you introduce yourself. It helps me to know those who are here with us, and then so I can recognize you and call you by name. We've talked about perspective. I talked about perspective last week, so I'm not going to talk about it again today. I said perspective is derived from 2 words, per and spect. Per means a part of, like you have percent, 1,000, 100, whatever it is. Per means a part of. Spect. Spect means to look. Look is actually the root word for inspect. Inspect means to look into. Inspect means to look into. In and spect. In is inside. Do you understand? Spect is to look. So inspect means to look into something, right? So perspective means the part that you're looking at. Do you understand? Perspective means the part that you're looking at. Per is a part, spect is to look. Do you understand? I am crazy about definitions. That's what has brought me to where I am today in life, because every word I come across, I make sure I find the origin and I define it. Once you can define a word or a concept or a principle, you can derive maximal benefit from that concept. So perspective is the part you're looking at. So when you look at this lion, you can see, depending on where you're looking at the lion from, your understanding of what the lion is doing is different. If you're looking at it on the left-hand side of the screen, you see that the lion is cuddling, he's just holding and taking the cub to safety. But if you look at it from the right hand of your screen, you think that it's trying to swallow or probably to eat the cub, okay? So you can make up your decisions, make up your mind, take certain actions based on the part you're looking at. So it is important that what part are you looking at for this COVID-19? What part are you looking at for this NSAS? What part are you looking for the election? What part are you looking for in the global dimension? All the things that is happening. So it depends on the part you're looking at. That determines what you see. And of course, it is what you see that determines what you do. What you do determines the results you get, okay? And the results you get determine the kind of money you make, okay? So at the end of the day, everything boils down to your perspective. All right, good or good. Okay, let's see. Lexington says, I'm a millionaire, I'm awesome. Mrs. Amama, surely you will do fantastic. Thank you, Ma. You're becoming a regular in this class. I really do appreciate that. Okay, so let's see how much we can take for today. Like I said, I've discussed most of these things in the 2 previous sessions. I've talked about the 3 dimensions of reality, that everything has 3 dimensions: the spiritual, the mental, and the physical. Of course, a man also exists in 3 dimensions: the spirit, the soul, and then of course the body. So the spirit, of course, is the spirit. That is what makes contact with the spirit of God. You relate with God only by spirit. You cannot relate with God by your soul. Your soul is made made up of your mind, your will, and then your emotion. Those are the three centers or the three components of the soul. So you have the spirit, you have the soul, and then the physical aspect of a human being is the body. Okay, so everything exists in those three dimensions, including money. So I'm going to show you how money exists in those three dimensions, and then we zero down to the spirituality of money. Okay, good or good. If you're enjoying the class, let me know in the chat box that you're enjoying the class. If you're really enjoying the class and you're learning something, let me know that you are enjoying the class. Tell me right on if you're really enjoying the class. All right, so like I said, there are three dimensions to reality. What is reality? Reality is the existence of something in any of the three realms. Reality doesn't mean what you can see. Reality doesn't mean what is tangible. Reality doesn't mean what you can hold in your hand. Those things are lies, okay? Because most times if I ask people what is reality, they say something that is real. What does it mean to be real? It's something that you can hold. Maybe I'm holding my phone. This phone is real. I'm holding my laptop. My laptop is real. No. You know, the thing is this, even the things you have in your mind is real. There is no difference. For instance, I tell people about God. God is a spirit, but is God real? Yes, God is real. Have you ever seen God? No, you can't see God because it's a spirit. So when you don't have cash, you don't have notes in your bank account, it doesn't mean that you're not a millionaire. The millionaire, once you can conceptualize it in your mind that exists in the spirit, it is real. It is very real. So stop waiting until you count 1 million for you to know that you're a millionaire. You understand? Once you can conceptualize it and then it has taken root in your spirit, then it is absolutely real. Okay, that is the mistake a lot of people make. They keep waiting until they see things to manifest before they know it is real. No, before it manifests, it's already real. Let me give you an instance. Yesterday when I was driving to the airport, I saw I think it was a Mercedes 350. You understand? I had never seen that spec before. In fact, my heart almost skipped a bit when I saw, maybe it's 2022 model or something. The car was beautiful. But you see, that car is real because I can feel it, I can see it. But you see, that car, in the mind of the designer, the person who drew the car, it was already real. But a lot of us are waiting to see things physically before we know that it's real. No, you see, you call yourself a millionaire not because you have millions now, but because you believe it in your mind, you believe it in your spirit, it's already real. And then you must believe it in your spirit before it can manifest physically. A lot of times, the reason why we do not prosper is because we're waiting for the physical manifestation before we know that something is real. No, the spiritual dimension is the highest level of anything, and it is the realest, if there's anything like that. It is the most real of the three. The physical is the lowest. The physical is the lowest dimension of anything. So if you're waiting to have 1 million in your bank account before you know you're a millionaire, no, that is a lie. You're waiting for the wrong thing. Once you can conceive it in your spirit, it is already real. It is that conception in the spiritual realm, which I call faith, is what brings it to manifestation in the physical realm. Okay? We're breaking chains of poverty today. See, let me tell you, it's not when you go for a church service that you have financial breakthrough. See, let me tell you this. What is breakthrough in the first place? Breakthrough is not that a man of God laid hands on your head and then started ruling and broke all the chairs in the church. That's not breakthrough, because a lot of people attend those breakthrough service, night vigil every day. They are still broke, okay? Breakthrough is a sudden increase in knowledge that leads to a solution to a problem. That's the definition of breakthrough. Is a sudden increase in knowledge that leads to a solution to a pre-existing problem. That's what is breakthrough. A sudden increase in knowledge that leads to the solution to a pre-existing problem. That's what is breakthrough. So breakthrough doesn't mean that you go to church and they pour the anointing oil from Israel on your head. No, breakthrough is that suddenly you get a knowledge that you can apply and change your financial situation. That's financial breakthrough. Breakthrough is suddenly that you get a knowledge that will enable you to be healed. That is breakthrough, like healing, the breakthrough for healing. Do you understand? So when people are looking for financial breakthrough, they look for it in the wrongest of places. Pardon my word. The best place to look for a financial breakthrough is through training, is through books, is through mentorship, is through coaching, because these are people that will give you information that suddenly will change your situation. Because it is when you begin to apply that information, that knowledge you have, that is when your finances will change. Breakthrough is not that somebody gave you 1 million, or after church said somebody gave you 1 million. That's not breakthrough, because you see, any money you did not know how it was created will leave you in the midst of your days. okay? If they give you 1 million, you were not part of how the money was created. You don't know the value. You didn't deliver any value to get that money. Let me tell you the truth, that money will always leave you. If you think I am lying, ask all the Big Brother Niger winners, ask all the Big Brother Africa winners, ask all the Gulder Ultimate Search winners, ask all the lottery winners, where is their money? Ask all the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire winners, where are they today? Because they didn't create any value that led to that sudden riches. All right, sorry, I think our network went off a bit, so I guess we're back. If you can hear me, please type in the chat box. I can hear you. If you can hear me, I think the network went off a bit. So if you can hear me, type in the chat box. Yes, I'm here. If you're still here and you can hear me, type yes, I am still here. Please type in the chat box. Let me know that we are still together. All right. Type in the chat box if you can hear me. If we're still together in the class, please kindly type. I can hear you. We're still together. Okay, fantastic. Mr. Mama says I can hear now. Better says I can hear. Kevin says I can hear. Okay. Ngwaka Sita says I can hear. Please, if you join, introduce yourself so I can recognize you. Anybody that have not introduced yourself, let us know your name. Let us know what you do for a living. Let us know where you're joining me from. It's important so that when you make a comment, I can recognize you. Okay. All right, so let's proceed. If you're getting value, please let me know that you're getting value from this class, that I'm not just speaking blabberdash, okay? Let me know that you're getting value from this class, okay? All right, so next, let's talk about money squarely. Let's talk about money squarely now. All right? Okay. If you're getting value, let me know that you are getting value. Okay, Francis Amechi joins us all the way from Calabar. Okay, so if you're blessed, you're in this class, let me know. So money also exists in 3 dimensions. I've talked about it already. So the spirit of money is faith, the soul of money is idea, and the physical equivalent of money is business or cash. Okay, so please write it down. The spirit of money is what? Faith. The soul of money is what? Idea, and then the physical equivalent of money is business or cash. So the problem is because money is physical, cash is physical, businesses are physical. People go and start looking for business. They go and start looking for money. No, you need an idea. But even the idea, you need faith. Faith is the highest level of money. Faith is the highest currency anywhere in the world, not in a spiritual not in a religious dimension, but in a spiritual dimension. Faith is the highest currency you can get anywhere. It is faith that gives rise to idea. It is idea that gives rise to business, and the business gives you cash. Okay, so if you're looking for money, stop looking for money. What do you focus on? Starting from faith, then you come down to idea, you come down to business. That is the thing. If you want to make $1 million this month, or you want to make $1 million before Christmas, all you need to do is, do you believe it? Do you believe it firmly? Do you believe that 1 million can come into your hands? Do you have the faith equivalent of $1 million? Once you have that faith, suddenly, you see, faith without good works is dead. So faith by itself will not give you $1 million. We need to understand it, especially those of us who are Christians who go to church. You see, it's not in that dimension. It's not just that you believe something, it happens. No, when you have faith for $1 million and you consistently believe it, now what will happen is that faith will lead you to an idea of how to make $1 million. Okay. The faith will give you an idea. Let's say you're into IT, you're into communications, and then you have faith for 1 million naira this month. Now, that 1 million naira will not drop on your laps just like that. What that faith will do is, as you continue to confess that faith, suddenly you have an idea of a business. Suddenly you have an idea of an IT job to do. Suddenly you have an idea of a communication or connecting work that you need to do for somebody. And then that job will give you the 1 million you believed for. You see, because when I speak to people, they don't understand the dimension of faith. Faith is belief, to accept something as true. But when you accept that thing as true, it gives rise to idea. You cannot make money without idea. The idea may be to go and talk to somebody. The idea may be to go and visit somebody. The idea may be to call an old business partner. The idea may be to call an old business acquaintance. The idea may be to, just to dust something you had before. That is the idea. So it is faith that brings forth the idea. Then the idea, when you work on the idea becomes business and gives rise to cash. Again, I am saying this thing. The second thing you must learn today, apart from the definition of money, which was the major thing I had already said, the next thing you need to learn is faith. Faith is the highest currency. Faith is the highest level of money. It doesn't matter whether you're a Christian or a Muslim or you don't even go to church at all. It is that belief in something that is supernatural, something that is divine. If you're a Muslim, fine, that is belief in Allah. If you're a Christian, that's belief in God. If you don't go to church or any of those things, there must be something you believe. They call it supreme intelligence. There's something you believe in. Once you have that belief and consistently focus on it and follow the principles, before you know it, an idea will come. So let me slow down. It does not stop at faith. Faith that does not give rise to idea is a waste of time. Every functional faith you have must give rise to idea. It must give rise to action. It is in the process of the action that the result, the physical manifestation of that faith comes to be. Okay, I don't teach my own. Okay, I'm adding value now. Ben, thank you. I'm Kama from Ileife. I'm attending for the third time. Okay, so Mr. Kama, okay, fantastic. Great to have you in class today. All right, so I've said this, and I think I don't need to continue overflogging this particular issue, but it deserves to be overflogged though. So let's get into the spirituality of money. I need to close this class as quickly as I can. All right. So let's continue. Let me discuss the spiritual laws of money now, but you can already understand I've given you most of the things you need to know. Who is this standard bearer? Says you're doing well, sir, in Mr. Macaroni's voice. Faith gives assurance of your belief or what you hope for, but not yet have. This is a wonderful class. Thank you. Standard bearer, you're laughing. Okay, I can see you. All right. Okay, so let's proceed to okay, so for those of you who were in the previous classes, I've discussed a lot of faith, and that is also what I've already talked about again. So a lot of faith is for you to believe in something you don't know, something that is bigger than you, and know that that thing, without your consent, without any logical explanation, will bring to pass what you want. Let me give you a practical example. Let's say now you want to make $1 million this month. That's a lot of money. $1 million is about 460 million naira. So let's say that's what you want to make by the end of this year. Now, when you plot a graph logically, there is no way in your business that is not possible. You cannot have it. But faith is having a firm conviction that you can have it. So that's the highest law. And the law of faith, let me also say this, faith is not logical. So you don't explain faith. Even you that has the faith, don't seek to understand the faith. You cannot understand faith. It's just for you to believe it as it is. So if it has entered your heart that you will make $1 million this month, don't seek to find out how is it possible that I will make $1 million. Because once you seek to find out, you now start doubting, and then that is when the faith becomes of null effect. So once it has entered your heart, in Job 32 verse 6 says, there's a spirit in man, the inspiration of the Almighty giveth them understanding. So once it has entered your heart, you just need to believe it like that. Then over time, the how will be revealed to you. Now, faith asks what? Idea is how. Now, idea does not come with faith, and the idea cannot even support faith. Faith is just a belief. Now, when you have an idea, start executing that idea. Over time, that idea will lead to that thing that you want to happen. Let me say what I said last week again. Faith can only be understood in hindsight. You cannot understand faith ahead. Faith can only be understood in hindsight. So it is only when it has finished that you can explain faith. Let's say you believe $1 million this year, and you cannot explain it. It's not possible. But when you have made the $1 million by December, you can actually explain how that $1 million came about. That is why I say faith can only be explained in hindsight, after it had worked, not before it had worked. That is also the reason why you cannot explain faith to your colleagues, to your co-workers, to your staff. It is not possible. If you're setting up a company and then you're looking at that company to take over the whole of Africa in 5 years' time, you cannot explain it to your staff, because even you don't understand. But you just tell them that this is what I believe. Now, when you believe that, it doesn't mean you now go and sleep. No, that simple thing you can do, maybe book publishing, maybe electronics, maybe whatever it is, maybe Facebook, social media marketing, whatever it is that you can do in your small space, consulting, you already know that your business is going global fall in 5 years' time. But you cannot explain, you don't know how. Once you believe it, the next thing now is to do that thing which you know how to do and become the best of it. Over a period of time, doing that thing will lead you to that place where you wanted to be. Okay, oh, that's a lot of faith. Let me not start that class all over again. Now, a lot of abundance talks about the universe being abundance. The rain is abundant, the seas are abundant, the diversity of species is abundance. So every scarcity mindset is a poverty mindset. Once you're thinking of lack, I can't have this money. Money doesn't finish. Money is, it is too much. If you fly in the sky, if you see the diversity of birds, if you see the clouds, everything that God made, everything in the spirit realm is diverse. How many angels does God have? So the same thing it is with you. Don't limit yourself to any amount of money. You can have all things if you can only believe. And I'm not saying this just to, I'm not a motivational speaker. These things have happened in my life. I'm an inspired trainer. Please, so don't call me a motivational speaker. I am not. I am an inspired trainer. I train people based on inspiration. I don't speak to entice you. I don't know. What I say is the thing that will move the core of your being for you to realize who you are destined to be. All right. Okay, so that's a lot of abundance. Then a lot of manifestation. I talked about it a lot last week. Lot of impression of increase. Everybody who does business with you, that person must increase. Everybody who does business with you, that person must increase. When you charge people money for your business, for consulting, for getting your products or services, those people must always increase. Have it at the back of your mind. This is a spiritual law. Anybody that comes in contact with you, make sure that you give the person more in use value than you take from them in cash value. This is absolutely, absolutely important. Okay. All right. So let's look at the remaining 4 for today. I'm going to do this in the next 10 minutes. I'm going to tidy this 4 in the next 10 minutes. And then that is where we're going to call it a day for today. I have another class that is going to start in about 20 minutes time. So I need to just tidy this up. I was actually going to cancel today's class, but because I remember I had made a promise that I will have this class today, I just had to go on to schedule it and then attend. All right. So what is law of harmony? Law of harmony is the fact that every part of your life must harmonize. You cannot make money, you cannot become rich at the detriment of your health. You cannot become rich at the detriment of your children. You cannot become rich at the detriment of your family. You cannot become rich at the detriment of relationships. Okay, that's the law of harmony. Everything in your life must work harmoniously. So your spiritual life must improve, your family life must improve, your relationship life must improve, then your financial life must improve. That is the 5th spiritual law of money, the law of harmony. Your life must harmonize. You see, when I look at people who are working from morning to night just to make money, and then they can't take care of their wives, they can't take care of their children, they don't have time for their children, they become wayward, they become non-entities. No, you are not obeying the spiritual law of money. The spiritual law of money, in terms of law of harmony, says that every part of your life must grow together. Yes, that is it. So if you're making money, that money must help you to buy freedom so that I can have time for your spouse. That money must help you to buy time so that for you the ability to have time so that I can attend your aspects of your life to work harmoniously. Okay, so I guess we're still good. All right, understand that word. Amorality means absence of. So lack of moral. Good money is amoral. It is different from moral. That's negative. Excuse me. So money is not immoral. Money engage in immoral activities after they get money. Who you are. Money only makes you more of who you already are. So if you're a bad person, you need to become wicked to a lot more people. If you might not have money, you may not be unfaithful. Why? Because you cannot afford it. You are not immoral. Do you understand? At the point where you're so when you now have money, that money makes you more of who you already are. So when your friends just that because they didn't have money, they couldn't abandon you. Why of immorality? So learn it today. When you make more money, that character will appear more. So money can neither be created nor destroyed. It moves when they create money. It is in exchange for service. So money is a form of energy. It moves from one. The meeting company will print more money, but you cannot calculate on a patient. Let's say I do something, the patient pays me 200, render that service, and they give me 200,000. If you have collected their work for 1 month, they paid him 200,000. So that money, he carried the money and give the car seller. Do you understand? So from my patient to me, to my card, to another person. So money is energy from one form to another. And finally, law of gratitude. If you're grateful for the one you have more look at today, the law of gratitude. This is one of the biggest. I didn't know where my destiny was going to come from. Even when I'm alive today, thank God I graduated as a doctor. Thank God I have attitude. For you to have money is a spiritual law at all. Be grateful that you have the money in the spiritual realm. Have $1 or $1 in your bank account. You give thanks that you're a millionaire today. If you continue to give thanks, that gratitude will provoke an idea inside of you. That gratitude will bring a phone call that will give. once you're grateful for what you for it, more will come. And of course, it applies to money. Have any money at all. Be grateful for the money you have in the spiritual. You must follow the process of manifestation to come to having the spiritual realm. Hello? If you can hear. All right.
Box, if you
Please
can
type in the
hear
chat.
you.
Okay, you are still hearing me now.
Okay. I think we may need to